Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about some pro Arsenal tips that simply most players don't take advantage of. I can tell you from personal experience that when I first started using these 5 tips in game, I'd say my gameplay improved about 150%. But before we get started guys, make sure to smash that like button so you can hit the YouTube algorithm, and let's get right into it. I'm confident that these tips will help you get much better at Roblox Arsenal and will improve your gameplay. Make sure to stay till the end because the last tip is the most important tip you will ever hear about playing Roblox Arsenal. Tip number 1 is to move when your enemy is shooting at you. Either move to cover if you have really low health, or if you're confident you can win that fight, strafe back and forth and shoot back at the enemy. The worst possible thing I see players doing is standing still and not shooting back. I see this happen way too often when playing against people, even in the new competitive 1v1 mode. It still happens. And I'll admit, when I first started playing Arsenal, I've been guilty of doing this once or twice. Tip number 2 is to learn the maps and learn the spawns. This is one of the most important tips in this list. Spawning is much more simple in Arsenal than in other shooter games such as Phantom Forces. I'd say this is one of the main things that made me much better at Roblox Arsenal. I'll demonstrate on Beach. Alright guys, so I'm going to demonstrate on Beach how the spawns in Arsenal actually work. So one of the spawns is over here, and one of the spawns starts at the opposite edge of the map right over here. So if we have a guy walk out here, you know he's here, right? So we come over here and we shoot him. And he dies, right? Now where's he gonna spawn? He's gonna spawn in the same place since I was still over here. So if we check, he should be spawned in the exact same place. Yes, he is. But now that I'm standing over here, he's gonna spawn where I was originally spawned, at the opposite corner of the map. As you can see, he is right over here. Now that I killed him over here, it's just gonna keep looping around and things are gonna happen. But let's say you're over here when you kill him and your teammate's over there when you kill him. Well, where's he gonna spawn? Well, he's actually gonna spawn right here. So if you're there, your teammates are all in this half, they're gonna spawn right in this little area right here. So that's kind of how the spawns work. It's they basically spawn in an area where your teammates are not. That's basically how to tell where the spawns are, how to kind of learn them. And once you play the game for a while, you'll actually figure out most of the spawns on most of the maps, at least. So yeah, that's kind of how the spawns work in Arsenal. Anyways, on to the next tip. Tip number 3 is one of the most important tips in this video. Use an aim trainer. My aim and headshot accuracy improved 1,000% after I started using an aim trainer. I recommend an aim trainer called Aim Lab. It's completely free on Steam, but there are also some good alternatives on Roblox, such as Aim Blocks and Aim Stars. Both are great ways to train your aim to get better at Arsenal. I actually have a video on the Aim Blocks aim trainer. Link will be in the description if you are interested in that video. The 4th tip is to use movement to your advantage. Things like running with your knife out, it makes you much faster, but you gotta make sure to be careful when you have your knife out. Make sure you don't have it out in vulnerable places, like when turning corners or entering doorways, or where you know the players are often active. Another tip is obviously crouching makes you smaller and much harder to hit, so I know you can't do this on mobile, but if you're on PC, use crouching. Crouching's a very good thing to use. It makes you smaller and much harder to hit. The last most important tip in this video is use the buff Breck Battles skin. Just kidding. The last most important real tip is to maximize your frames per second. And I'm going to tell you how. One way to do this is to change your Arsenal graphic settings and get the Roblox FPS unlocker. The Roblox FPS unlocker does wonders. If your computer is able to handle more than 60 FPS, I would get the Roblox FPS unlocker. The moment I did this, it improved my gameplay massively. I actually have a separate video on the best possible settings to maximize your frames per second in Arsenal. Link will be in the description. And with that being our final tip, make sure to leave a like on this video so other players can learn this crucial tips for getting better in Roblox Arsenal. I hope you guys choose to implement these tips. Hold on, don't go just yet. If you were interested in learning about the Roblox aim trainer, click the video on the left. If you want to know the best settings to maximize your frames per second, click the video on the right.